now. Get ready to see what I think one of the coolest animations in the game. And just that. Wow, awesome. What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. For today's Mythic video, we are going to be playing Land Destruction, the deck archetype that everybody hates if you're not playing it yourself and it's actually working. This is my iteration of what I think a Land Destruction deck could and should be, also just sort of depending on the wildcards that I have. The way that I built this deck is to try play some Land Destruction as soon as possible, whether it's turn 2 or turn 3, and the way that we achieve that is by having either Gilded Goose, Llanowar Elf, or the Goblin down into Stone Rain, ideally on turn 2. If not, we have a bunch of other Land Destruction decks that are 4 cost, so we're either going to be hitting that on turn 3 or worst case scenario turn 4. The way that this deck wins, if your opponents just don't scoop because you're destroying all their lands, is either with Nissa or with Etali Primal Storm. What an incredibly spicy card. I just threw it in here because it's a big 6 mana 6/6 dino with a cool ability that can also hit Land Destruction as well. Got some card draw with Harmonize, and 2 Primal Amulets are in here because nothing is better than destroying your opponent's lands, but doing it twice, because Primal Wellspring is honestly, I think, one of the best lands when you get it flipped, because whenever you use a mana made from Primal Wellspring, you're going to copy the spell, so either that's going to be with Harmonize or just with all of the other Land Destruction we have in here. We do run 2 Haphazard Bombardments as well, and of course 2 Star of Extinction, an incredible board wipe and Land Destruction all wrapped in one. And that is the deck. I do hope you enjoy. If you are, please make sure to subscribe to the channel. Without further ado, let's just get straight into these games. We are going first, turn 1 Llanowar Elf into Land Destruction. Love to see it. I mean, like most decks, this is one of the decks that going first is definitely important. Hopefully, this guy isn't just going to concede. I think I just saw him mulligan like 3 times. Maybe. I mean, if he's going to mulligan a lot and we actually get early Land Destruction, he's just going to insta-concede, right? Starting with 4 cards in his hand, unless he is that that dragon avatar thing. You know, whenever you attack, if you've got if it's got power 6 or greater, put a dragon card from your hand onto the battlefield. He does not though, so it's just grab a green and a red, just even out the colors. Like, it would have been nice to draw Stone Rain there, just to blast away his land immediately. Thank you, game, you're listening to me. Though I'm just going to use this to scry 2, save the Stone Rain, because it is a bit of a cheaper one. And don't need a land. Do I actually need a land? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A land gives us Star of Extinction, but it doesn't matter. Good game, my friend. Good game. Early ramp with the Llanowar Elves and Harmonize. Hopefully we can draw through to just sort of what we need to get this deck rolling. Hello to you, good sir. So at least next turn we can demolish one of his lands. Maybe that'll be enough to get him to concede. Like, the way that this deck wins is you're either going to win with Nissa and Etali, or you're going to win because your opponents are conceding. Pretty much, that's the way it goes. Let's go ahead, destroy one of his lands. I don't mind taking the 3. We can scry through. We still have 4 mana. We do. Though I've already got... No, I think I need to get a bit of land draw. We could have kept another Land Destruction on top, though we have 2 in hand already. He doesn't play through to a land. Thankfully, we are going to be taking some smacks here. Though, do I... Oh, I was going to say, is that a shock? It's not a shock. So, I think let's just go ahead, blow up his last remaining land. And we can chump block with the Llanowar Elf and still be able to draw through 2 more cards with Harmonize. I am very sorry, Big Dior Prot. I know Land Destruction is the most triggering thing in the world, as we're sat here with quite a bit of mana and he's got a clean board state. He is unfortunately not drawing through to a land either. Let's go ahead. I think it is time that we block. Can't be taking all of this damage. Are you going to play any land? I mean, if you play a land now, it's going to survive. It's going to survive at least. And Haphazard Bombardment can't trigger either, because it needs 2 or more permanents to have aim counters on them. So I'm Harmonize. I was going to say Primal Amulet's one of the cards that I think it's fantastic. It is a really good card, but it needs to be played at the correct time. Because like if we play it now, it's a little bit awkward. I mean, we are taking some serious smacks right now. Let's go ahead and not block. there is no direct removal in this deck aside from Star of Extinction. Though I think as soon as we get rid of Llanowar Aspirant, this guy is just going to concede without a doubt. So how do I play this? Now, if I drop this down, we can cultivate, but then we are going to take 6. We still do have land destruction online. I think it's worth it. This is going to sound really dumb, but I think we just need to try thin out our decks, so we're drawing through to Nissa or Etali or just Star of Extinction, preferably. We run 2 copies in the deck. It's going to play a tapped land that is going to get instantly annihilated. He's thinking, what is he going to do? Well, we have no mana available, no tricks up our sleeve. So we are... I mean, this guy is a soldier. Like, this is the correct card to play against us, isn't it? Llanowar Aspirant just slowly getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Go ahead, blow up that land. And just not attack. Okay, so we need to block with Llanowar Elf this turn and just pray. Just pray that we draw through to a creature. Like, if we don't, this is what you deserve if you're playing land destruction. We haven't got it. This is the dumbest way to possibly lose a game. We're sat here with all the mana we could need. He's got none. But he's gonna play a single creature that we can't remove, and we're gonna lose the game because of it. Oh, I made an upsie. There was the chance, there was a 50-50 chance we could have won with Haphazard Bombardment if I'd have played that instead, because it needs things to have 2 aim counters on them, 2 or more aim counters, but it's okay. I'll give him the good game. He's gonna take this win from us. But it's a meme, it's fine. Going first with a nice juicy hand full of ramp, draw spells, and, well, wall and land destruction, but hopefully we can draw through 2 more. Playing against Heretic. Shocking in. Are you a shrine? Oh, this isn't shrines, is it? You're an enchantment deck. Cool. You're an enchantment deck with fast mana ramp, though I am going to go ahead and just blow this up. We did get the turn 2 Stone Rain. It's just unfortunate that he actually managed to drop 2 lands in a single turn. Let's just see. Draw through to a land. Going to go ahead and Harmonize and draw through to what we need. Dig up. Okay, so this will be an interesting matchup now, playing against someone that has mana ramp and sort of pulling lands out of their deck. Let's just see. Thankfully, we do actually hit a land. I'm just gonna continue the destroying lands train. I mean, it's pretty nice. We're not taking any damage at the moment, and definitely upsetting this guy. What a degenerate deck to play. His deck isn't even. It's not even the most efficient deck. But it's just so satisfying when you can destroy your opponent's lands. Even if you lose the game, it's worth it. So drop this down for red, Harmonize. There's the Nissa that we need, and there is some more land destruction. Very nice, happy to see it. He's going to channel it. So he is going to have a very nice way of just getting lands out of his library with this card by being able to channel it. He's ramping hard on the mana. Very nice, bro. Very nice indeed. So I think just take this time to drop the Nissa while there's not too much of a threat in play for us. Just gonna go and smack in. Next turn, I believe, do we have 8 mana? 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, we have the mana to blow up 2 of his lands, which is gonna be very nice. Is he a 5-color deck? No. Blue, black, green, blue, black, white. It's 4-color. Everything but you've been playing since the beta. Very nice, my friend. Very nice. This is a proper OG arena player right here. Did you get a land? I take that as no. You'd have played it already, I think. Let's see. What are you playing, Heretic? No, you got a land. So he's definitely got, 2 tapped at the moment. Maybe can't make the most use of it. Though I will be blowing them up as much as possible. Is this got a channel? Is this to discard it and then conjure forest into your hand? No, it's already in play, unlike this one, which is you bounce it back. Thankfully, this doesn't actually have a bounce ability. Nissa, at least we can start getting rolling, because that is a good way to try to, it is another way that the deck works, because while, at least if you're against a deck that tries to find lands, this guy has found a lot of lands. You know, Nissa can slowly tick up as you are destroying stuff. So, let's get rid of you. His man is definitely not going to be happy. Hopefully his turns are just going to revolve around trying to find as much land as possible. And let's get rid of you, just the tricolour lands. So don't want to land, but I will take another Stone Rain. I'm not object to that. So if we now do this, we can blow up another land. Does this have Death Touch? Does not have Death Touch. This does not have Death Touch. So we can swing in with both of these, get a bit of damage through, maybe. Yeah, he knows that he needs to keep this for the lands. And blue, green, white. Let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of the breeding pool. I do feel kind of bad for this guy because we are sort of slaughtering him with the land destruction. What is it at this point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands blown up of his. He's down onto 3. We actually might be taking this Mythic land destruction win because Nissa is going to tick up near the alt. Probably, maybe should have attacked Nissa there. So if we do this, do we have the 6 mana needed? We got 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we can actually get Haphazard Bombardment in play. You're a 4-color deck, so I don't think you run counters. Thankfully, not. He is just able to channel this. Do we even care about? Yeah, I'm saying we could probably be a bit more efficient. We could probably attack first, but we do need the lands in play. And Haphazard Bombardment, such a meme card. I just want to get it down. I can choose 4 permanents. Why couldn't I choose 4? Oh, non-enchantment. I have not played this card yet against an enchantment deck. So non-enchantment, can't target any of his enchantments. That's all right with me. Go ahead and smack in. Undoubtedly, he is just going to block and then channel it, so he's not going to take any damage. It is the wise play. Now, out of everything, have you got Settler Wreckage? I can only presume you have proper board wipes in here. Hopefully, none of those are going to be in your hand at the moment. He's on 4 mana. He does have double white, so if he has Depopulate or Supreme Verdict, there we go. Though, we can now... Do we alt Nissa? I think, yeah. I mean, do we alt? Yeah, if you can alt Nissa, you alt Nissa. Even if we're not going to be picking up that many lands, it is just going to guarantee that hopefully when we get through to the next Nissa, that, you know, we're going to be creating lands that are indestructible and untouchable. Blow this up. 1 more land is going to go because of Haphazard Bombardment. Hopefully his source of green, is this green? He does not have green, so he cannot play or cannot cast the Visionary to try to get some more lands in play. I do feel bad for this guy playing in the Mythic rank and he's just getting annihilated with land destruction. There we go, another Haphazard Bombardment for whenever it is necessary. It is not going to trigger Artifact or Land Destroy Land. Let's go ahead, really take him down a peg, really get rid of as much lands as possible. There's the Etali for the win con. Drop down our Goblin, and this might be this is a very good example of what the deck actually can do and how it can work. Yes, it is janky. Yes, it is not going to work all of the time, but there we go. He's going to concede after having all of his lands annihilated. I am sorry, but good game. Lots of land destruction in this hand, but I am going to mulligan into... There we go. At least a little bit of early ramp, Cultivate, drop off Etali. Do not think it's going to be entirely needed. Drop our Gilded Goose, hopefully not playing against too much of an aggro deck, though who am I kidding, it's going to be pretty fast. So, I mean, land destruction is fantastic, but there are certain decks that it does fall short with, such as aggro, because as soon as they get enough, as soon as they get enough lands that they really need, like maybe 2 or 3, and you're destroying it, then it doesn't really often work too brilliantly, because you're destroying their lands, but they still have enough lands to play whatever they need. Let's just see. He's had his turn 2 Robber of the Rich into turn 3 Robber of the Rich. Very nice indeed for him, less so for us. He is gonna be. He knows what this deck is now. It's land destruction. So we can. I think we just blast away his land. Honestly, let's just get it going. This is what this deck is about. We do run so many land destruction cards that hopefully we can carry on drawing through to them. And maybe a good blocker for Robber of the Rich. Who knows? Got all the mana we need. Primal Amulet in hand. I will drop it down when we can play it. Though thankfully he's not getting double triggers from Robber of the Rich. It's 4 mana to cast, so we can't do it. Okay, you can get rid of that. Might have been advisable to do that pre-combat, because then he would have got the triggers from it, but I'm not going to complain too much about that. Drop down a Llanowar Elf. Hopefully we can actually pull this one back. It is looking a little bit iffy. We might need to draw through to Star of Extinction to save us here, to be honest. Though at least we have stopped his Bone Crusher Giant coming down this turn. No blocks here. A little bit risque being on 6 life against an aggro deck. 4 life, I stand corrected, against an aggro deck. Though Star of Extinction, gorgeous, absolutely perfect timed Star of Extinction with the mana reduction from Primal Amulet. And now get ready to see what I think one of the coolest animations in the game. Let's go ahead, target Den of the Bugbear, and just that, wow, awesome. The asteroid that destroyed the dinosaurs coming down. We are on 4 life. If we lose, I'm not too mad. We got to Star of Extinction against an aggro deck, which is always a good feeling. On to 2 life. Who am I kidding? We are not winning this one. Though at least, but I mean, there's a chance. Take him down to 1 mana. We can block this, and thankfully it's only got 1 toughness, so it actually will die as well. Nope, who am I kidding? Lightning Strike. That was a pretty good example of what this deck is trying to do.
Heartbroken.